What an incredible round yesterday at the Country Club for the U.S. Open. 152nd U.S. Open, and Matt Fitzpatrick, the 27-year-old Englishman who knows the Country Club well, having won the U.S. Amateur there previously, came up with the round of his life. 17 out of 18 greens in regulation. Huge shot at 18 to keep that trend going. He saves par, then Will Zalatoris slides the putt past that could have forced a playoff there with a birdie at the last. Matt Fitzpatrick, your U.S. Open champion, his first ever professional win in America. You got to go back to the amateur win for the last time he had success on U.S. soil. He wins our nation's championship. We caught up with Virgil Herring, our golf guy, last night on the Electric Power Company's Sunday Sports Central to break it all down. Joined now by our golf guru, Virgil Herring. Matt Fitzpatrick looked in trouble in the bunker off the tee at 18. How clutch was the shot he came up with to help save par?
It's going to be the shot that we remember the most. I mean, he first of all even fully admits that his fairway bunker game has been the worst part of his game all year. And then under the most intense pressure, never winning ever on the PGA Tour, hits the greatest shot he's ever hit in his life, and possibly the biggest golf tournament will ever win in his life. And that's what's going to make it memorable for the sportscasters like us to talk about it, and for him forever, because literally it was an unbelievable shot that he had to curve around the tongue of that bunker on a green that's got a ton of slope. He deserved it. That was an unbelievable shot.
Greens and regulations, what won him the tournament?
Yeah, well, he's finished second ever for the most greens in regulation ever hit, behind David Graham, who hit all 18 when he won. So hitting 17 greens in regulation at Brookline, where the greens are super small, probably only course that has smaller greens than we would know about is Pebble Beach. To do that definitely earned him the victory, and hats off to Matt Fitzpatrick, because that was unbelievable.
And he joins Jack Nicklaus now as the only two men to win the U.S. Amateur and the U.S. Open on the same course. He's just 27. Are we going to see Matt Fitzpatrick in the running for more of these major titles?
Well, I mean, historically he's not been the longest player, but he's been doing some special training with golf biomechanist Sasha McKenzie, and he's picked up like 11 miles per hour with his driver. So to compete at the highest level, you got to hit it really far, like Rory and DJ and that group. Well, he's entered that phase for the first time in his career. He's got a great short game, but historically speaking, I'd say he's probably mid-tier. He may have a chance to win 2 or 3 others, but I don't expect to see anything like Rory or Spieth or anything like that.
You got to feel for Will Zalatoris. He was right there, chance to force a playoff. Instead, he's now a runner-up at a major for the 3rd time in his last 7 starts. What's he got to do to get over the hump?
Well, that's the thing, is like you keep on putting yourself in position. At some point, it has to work out for you. But at the end of the day, it's also, you start thinking, if I'm Rory McIlroy, I haven't won in 8 years. And Zalatoris, well, I'm not even Rory McIlroy, and I've had all these chances and haven't capitalized on it. Is that going to be something I have to worry about? And golfers are radically fragile. And so you never know what you're going to get. He's a super ball striker, very long, and he should be constantly in the mix for the next 15 years. But golf's funny.
So now we turn our attention to St. Andrews in the 150th British Open next month. Tiger says he's playing, but who hoists the claret jug at the end of the weekend, you think?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it just seems like the same names always pop up in the major championships. You got to think, when the wind's blowing, which we expect at an Open Championship, you got to think that the greatest hitters of the golf ball, Zalatoris, Scheffler, Rory, are all going to be in the mix. And everybody wants to know about Tiger, and Tiger's won there twice, and Tiger's an unbelievable ball striker into the wind. But I just don't see it. But I would have to think, Scheffler's won 4 times, Cam Smith's won 3, Sam Burns has won a bunch. Those names on top of the guys who hit it great all the time, so we expect to see.